Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Numerics with Nadia. In today's lesson, we're going to go over the order of operations. Now, this might be a new topic for some of you, it might be a review, but I do think that this video is really useful, whether you are new to the order of operations or if you do have experience with it. So to start off, we're going to outline the different objectives for today's lesson. First off, we're going to do an introduction to what the order of operations is, and then we're going to move into defining a very important term, and we're going to define what is PEMDAS. And then our third objective for today's lesson is just to practice what we learn after our two initial parts of the lesson. So to start off, let's just do an introduction to the order of operations. Let's see what it is and why we need it. So to start off, let's take a look at this example problem. So how would we solve something like this? So we have an open parentheses and then 10 minus 3 squared plus 7, close the parentheses, minus 4 plus 6 squared. That looks kind of crazy, right? How would we go about solving something like this? The solution is PEMDAS. So what we need to do is now go through and define what PEMDAS is. So PEMDAS is the way that we're going to solve problems that look like that, right? We have multiple operations going on, and PEMDAS tells us the order that we have to solve the equation is. So let's see, what do all these letters stand for in PEMDAS? We have the P, E, M, D, A, and S. So to start off, the P stands for parentheses. So anytime you see parentheses or a grouping or brackets, that is our first step, and that is our parentheses. I'm going to draw the little symbols above the letters just so we can get a visual of it. Now we'll move on to the E. E stands for exponents. So anything to the power of 2, 3, 4, so on. It doesn't matter what the base is, what the exponent is, but that would be our second thing that we would solve in an equation. Then the M stands for multiplication. So multiplication can either be shown with the X multiplication sign or the dot or parentheses as well, depending on where the number is. Then the D stands for division. So division can be like the fraction bar or the division sign or the slash. Then we have the A. The A stands for addition, which is just simply the addition sign. And then we'll move on to the S. The S stands for subtraction, and that would just be simply the subtraction sign, right? So now that we've gone through and defined everything, there's a few important notes that we need to make about the order of everything. So the first important note is that we must solve and evaluate the expressions in this exact order. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. The only thing that's different is if you have multiplication and division, you would move left to right. So the order of multiplication and division doesn't matter if it's just down to those two, as well as the order of addition and subtraction doesn't matter if it's down to just those two. So for those specific ones, we would just move from left to right. Now there's also a little rhyme that we can use to remember PEMDAS and the order of everything. And we say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that works as well. So now that we've defined what PEMDAS is, it's time for our last section of today's lesson, and we're going to go through and do a lot of practice problems. So we're going to start off with some more simple ones and then build up to some more difficult ones. So to start off for number 1, we have open parentheses, 2 plus 2, close parentheses, times 5 times 3. So I'll rewrite PEMDAS on the top for us here so we are reminded of the order of everything. We're going to start with our parentheses first, right? In our parentheses, we have 2 plus 2, so we'll write that first. And then we're going to rewrite the rest of the equation until we're down to the last part. So we have 4 times 5 times 3. We're going to go from left to right now. We'll do the 4 times 5. That gives me 20. 20 times 3 will give me 60. And that is it for number 1. Now we'll move on to number 2. For number 2, we have open parentheses 9 plus 54 divided by 6, close parentheses times 4. So we're going to start off inside of our parentheses, right? And then within that we have one addition and one division. The division comes before addition, right? So we'll do that first. We'll do the 54 divided by 6 and we'll rewrite everything else. So we'll still have 9 plus 9 in parentheses and then times the 4. 9 plus 9 gives us 18. 18 times 4 we'll do on the side here. 18 times 4 we'll do 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3, 72. So our answer for number 2 would be 72. Now we'll move on to number 3. For number 3, we have open parentheses 10 plus 20 minus 2 minus open parentheses 11 plus 3, and we'll just move left to right, doing one at a time. 10 plus 20 gives me 30. We'll rewrite the rest of it. Then we'll go through and finish out that first parentheses. 30 minus 2 gives us 28, minus the 11 plus 3. 28 minus 11 plus 3 is 14, right? And then 28 minus 14 gives me 14 for number 3. Now we'll move on to number 4. For number 4, we have 18 minus, open parentheses, 21 minus 5, close parentheses, plus 28 minus 7. So we know we have to start off with the parentheses, right? 21 minus 5 is 16. So we'll write that 16 and rewrite everything else. And now we're going to move from left to right. For 18 minus 16, we get 2. Rewrite everything else. 2 plus 28 gives us 30. And then we have 30 minus 7, which is just 23, as our answer for number 4. And now we're going to level up. We're going to do a little bit more challenging problems. These are just more challenging because they have more layers to them, they have more parts to them, but as long as we follow the same steps and order, we will be just fine. So for number 5, we have open parentheses 6 cubed minus 12 divided by open parentheses 20 minus 8. So we're going to start in our parentheses, right? And in our parentheses, we have an exponent. So that's where we're going to start. 6 cubed is the same as 6 times 6 times 6. We know 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 6 we're going to do on the side here. 36 times 6 gives us 216. So now we'll fill that in. We have 216 minus 12 divided by 20 minus 8. We'll move from left to right now. 216 minus 12 will just give us 204, right? So we'll write the 204. We don't need the parentheses anymore. We'll have 204 divided by 20 minus 8. Now we'll go through and we will simplify that right parentheses. 20 minus 8 is just 12. So we will have 204 divided by 12. And we can do long division on the side here to solve for that. The 204 goes under the bar and then the 12 goes outside. 12 doesn't go into 2, right? But 12 goes into 20 one time. 20 minus 12 just gives us 8. We'll bring down the 4. 12 goes into 84 7 times. 12 times 7 is 84, so that will zero us out. And the answer for number 5 will just be 17. All right, you guys, so we'll just do one more of the challenging ones because they do have multiple steps. Our last problem for today will be number 6. And for number 6, we have open parentheses 19 plus 7 squared times 8, close parentheses minus 5. So our first set of parentheses here has got a lot going on, but we have to start off with the exponent, right? 7 squared is just 7 times 7, so that gives us 49. We'll write in the 49 and rewrite everything else. Now we'll move on to multiplying, right? Multiplying comes before adding. So inside of our parentheses here, we'll do the 49 times 8. I'll do that on the side so we can see what it is. 9 times 8 is 72. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 7 gives me 39. So we know that 49 times 8 gives us 392. So we'll fill that in, and now we can finish off the parentheses. We'll do the 392 plus 19 on the side here. 9 plus 2 is 11. 9 plus 1 also gives us 11. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. So 392 plus 19 gives us 411. And then we'll write that in. 411 minus 5 gives us 406. All right, you guys, great job today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like this video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below if there's any other topics you would like me to do a video on, and I will see you guys next time.